Piledriver podcast. Let's go. We from the O. You need to know. We got Mike, Vince, and Tony on the show. Piledriver. Piledriver podcast. It's the Piledriver podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy 2025.
Let's go.
The boys are back with a brand new episode, a brand new season of the Piledriver. I'm the best in the world. To my left is my boy Stabby Vince, and down low, as always, is Tony Forge. What's up, boys?
What's up?
You
man?
know it. Gang out here.
Me and Vince been
I
on the
feel like
gang all weekend. Tony's a little under the weather, but man, we got some stuff to go over tonight. We got some special guests in the house that we ain't told nobody about. Who? You have to wait and find out. Make sure you get down there, like, share, all that good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you all very much. But first off, January is packed for wrestling in Northeast Ohio. Like, Vince is gonna we went to RSW over the weekend, reset down in Clarksburg, West Virginia. This coming weekend, Vince is pulling triple duty, Tony. Vince will be at AIW on Friday night. He will be
as a fan.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
as a fan. RSW
Still
Parmageddon
Working.
Yes.
and Power Slam Pro Wrestling on Sunday.
Fan.
Hell yeah.
Fan. So Vince pulling triple duty this weekend. I'll be pulling double duty reffing at both RSW and Power Slam. And just so many events. We're lined up for the next 3 weeks, boys.
Locked up harder than an Ashton
Absolutely.
Day headlock.
Yes.
Speaking of Ashton Day, first ever, Tony, we're going to talk about this more in depth. Last night I got my first ever Iron Man match. I got to ref an Iron Man match, 30 minutes in the ring.
Oh, wow, dude.
Yeah, just saying. So we'll get more into that. We'll talk as we talk about reset. But what's been up with you guys? How is everything besides Tony's little under the weather? Turmoil was great last week. Big shout out to Tony Forge for the production. Oh, let's talk about this intro video real quick. What I want to know in the comments, what do the fans think of the new intro video?
Some solid pile drivers in the
I saw Cody say this, and I don't even know who that is. Who is this?
David Draymond?
I don't know who that is. Cody said he got punched by David Draymond last night. I don't know who David Draymond is. I didn't see Cody get punched by anybody, but I did see the Beastie Boys lose to Misery Inc.
I believe David Draymond is that gentleman that was so ominous on the apron.
Oh, the big fella. Okay.
Oh.
Enforcer.
Well, I mean, man, the lead singer of Disturbed. Shut up. That dude was way too big. That dude's way too big to be the lead singer of Disturbed. I mean, Cody apparently got punched last night. I was not privy to this. I did not see this. I don't know where I was. I was, it was a rough night last night. I not only did I participate in an Iron Man match, I Iron Manned the show. So,
Hell yeah,
all right,
man.
let's get into it. Let's talk about it, Stabby. Vince and I left Friday. We didn't want to drive both the both drives in one day this time. So we went down and we were granted the residency of good old Tim Cross. We got to hang out at his house. So thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Cross for sharing their abode with us.
They had kitties.
Yeah, they had a lot of kitties. Vince was really, really happy. It was a good. We stayed up watching videos, bullshitting upper deckies.
Lower Becky's boys.
Lower deckies.
Let's not go down that at all.
You got foreskin is in. You know what I'm saying?
No, you went there.
Oh, man.
It was rough. I mean, we had a great time. Got up in the morning, and when we woke up Saturday morning, the snow had just fallen. Like, I'm talking Vince probably had 3-4 inches on his car. Like, it was a nice size amount.
Sandusky, we got barely anything, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, down in where were we? Clarksburg, West Virginia.
We were Whitehall. It was where Tim lives is in technically kind of Whitehall area, so it's a little more rural. They don't really do much, and with the snow plows down there either. So
Right.
We woke up and Vince had three, like I said, 3 good inches on top of his car. So we're like, fall. You know what I'm saying? So we get up, we get out of bed, we go check. We're talking to Tim and stuff, and we're like, he's like, yeah, they're thinking about canceling the show. And
right.
Motherfucker. Like we're already here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if they cancel the show at this point, the only thing we have left to do is drive back. And we're sitting there and he's like, I've had some people cancel on me. I've had some people cancel. And then, I take a better look outside. We were in West Virginia. Remember, that's the point of this story. And as us 3 here, we reside in northern Ohio.
Lake effect. No.
So there's like, we're going to cancel the show. We look outside and then we kind of see the roads, and the roads aren't that bad. And they're like, we're like, this is just a normal Saturday for us. Like,
right.
So I'm like, who's canceled on you? And he named a couple of people that were from the area, which, again, understandable. I'm not hating on you. If you felt unsafe driving it, more power to you to stay home. I respect it.
Very, very important.
I messaged all the Ohio boys, and I'm like, you guys still coming? And like a couple of them we had, I know that Colt had a prior obligation, something that happened. He had to back out last minute. Wasn't really, because of that. So, other than Colt, I messaged everybody else, and I'm like, you guys are still coming? And they're all like, yeah, we're on the way. Roads ain't even that bad. And I'm like, again, typical Saturday for, again, when we were driving down Friday night, I think probably like 30 minutes, it got a little sketch where we had to slow down, exercise some caution. But other than that, we were not like sliding all over the place. We were not blasted with snow. And then like right before we got to Tim's house,
like 15 minutes before,
it started black. Like it was like, like we were like, shit. All right, damn. Big Mo in the chat says he's got something for Colt upon his return.
Oh, Big Mo's one of Big Mo's viral videos have been going wild again after the WWE Netflix premiere. That one guy that does the looking and like blinks and then looks at the other clip and blinks. I forget his name, but Big Mo got that first clip on that lineup. I was pretty hyped to see the Mega Gym in there.
Colt said, what did I do?
Oh God.
Glenn Lane in the chat, general manager over at Ohio Championship Wrestling. Good to see you, big dog. I know they got a show coming up. I'm not 100% sure on the date. But they got a show coming up in Akron too. So if you go check them out. But yeah, so we get on, we're talking to RSW people, and a couple hours go by. We're sitting there and we're like, we're fucking hungry. Like, let's go get some food. Like, we don't know what's going on. Let's go get some food. The homie Stevie G says, let's go get some God's chicken. I said, what? Like, what? He said, Chick-fil-A, bro.
Oh.
I can't look at Chick-fil-A the same way again.
Oh, yeah. It will forever be known as God's chicken.
That's where my daughter works, man. I'm going to start calling it that.
Onyx in the chat. What's good, my boy?
What's up?
Big Mo. Overrated chicken. Popeyes is better. Oh, my lane. So, anyways, we get down there. And as always, we know card is subject to change, especially with what is going on with, the snowstorm, with people canceling last minute. Again, the God's chicken. Tommy says, put some respect on that name. Calm down, boys. So we get into the show, and, they finally get the word that the show must go on. That we will be running a show that Harrison County does not cancel for anything. We get in, and the card has obviously changed, but we still have 6 good matches able to be put on. And I mean, they went hard. So again, I don't remember what the original card was going to be. First off match. Okay, let me get into this before we go to the first match here. So we get it, right? We get there, and we had known ahead of hand that your boy Stabby Vince was going to hop behind the commentary table. We knew.
Vince.
We knew that he was going in. Well, unfortunately, one of the cancellations just happened to be the ring announcer. I believe his name's Sean. Sean wasn't able to make it. He was stuck in his driveway. That's okay. That's all right. Vince threw his fancy shirt on, and Vince pulled double duty.
Hell yeah.
Vince ring announced and did commentary last night. And I'm just going to say, Vince is a pretty solid ring announcer. He came out.
Yeah.
He got the crowd hype. He walked around. He had it ready. And he got in the ring. He held it dapper. The intros were on point. He had where they were from. He, emphasized that the right.
Right.
Like top-notch job by my boy Stabby Vince last night.
Thank you, Mike.
So Vince pulls up, and Vince is our ring announcer. He announces the first match, which is Gen Z versus Marcus Twist. Okay, first off, these people in Clarksburg did not like. First off, the people in Clarksburg that showed up, thank you for showing up last night.
Correct.
Thank you for coming out. You braved the weather. You came out and hung out. I appreciate you guys. It was thanks for, we appreciate you. I'm going to say about 100. We've definitely had more in there, but there was enough last night where they came out and wanted to see it. But Gen Z Marcus Twist goes, this crowd hates Gen Z and they love Marcus Twist.
Yeah, definitely hate Gen Z. I mean, I was surprised to see how booed he got. But Marcus Twist definitely got a real good applaud coming in. He also had some new gear, which was cool to see.
Fire gear by my boy Marcus Twist. Boss ladies in the chat with the blue heart love, showing some heart. Thank you again for having us down. Thank you for having RSW in the building. Marcus Twist had the killer gear, and I mean Gen Z had the upper hand for a while, and it just then he I can't remember what move. I want to say it was like a German or something like that he slipped, and Marcus was able to slip out, and then it was all Twist from here on out, able to pick up the victory over Gen Z, starting the show off real strong. Yeah,
I agree.
The next match was, as we heard earlier from Cody Gray in there, Misery Inc. versus the Feisty Boys, which is the team of Paulie Kilpis and Cody Gray. Misery Inc., they are something else.
Yeah.
They're a really good tag team. Cody and Paulie are definitely coming into their own. They're working up, they get more tag team moves. They got more, collaboration between the two of them. And they're both pretty fast for big fucking guys.
Agreed.
Tony, I know you've only seen Paulie once or twice, but you've seen Cody, and you know that when that locomotive gets to moving, it is moving.
Oh, I've been in the ring with Cody before, man.
So,
yeah.
They were able to put on a good match at this. I mean, but Misery Inc. was able to use the size advantage, the speed advantage, I should say, because of their size. The smaller guys able to outmaneuver the quick fellas. And apparently there was some chicanery on the outside, according to Cody Gray. But again, I didn't see anything. So,
all I know is that Misery Inc.'s got a guy coming along with them that is absolutely terrifying. Doesn't say much, just kind of laughs, and Vince tried to get an interview with him after the match, tried to talk to him to see who he was, and he kind of just laughed right in Vince's face and walked away. So
wow.
Troy told me not to worry about him, so I just told him not to worry about him.
Yeah, that's probably better off.
The next match came, from two of the great boys from Ohio, as we found match 2 in our 3-match series of Pastor CeeLo versus Chris Onyx. And look, Chris Onyx was being a jerk to these West Virginians last night. He was ragging on He was ragging on the Mountaineers. He made a little kid cry. He made a little kid cry. It happens. But he did spit a nugget of truth at one point. He asked the fans what happened to their Mountaineers. They had to bring somebody from a real state like the Ohio State. Again, haters gonna hate, but Ohio State's going to the national championship.
Nah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. But, definitely got some hate from the West Virginians for that. CeeLo able to pick up a victory here. And after essentially Chris had just ragdolled CeeLo mostly, though. There were so many close calls, man. Every time I would come down for that 3, dude, I'm coming down, and it's this, Tony, and CeeLo kicked out.
I think
so many times.
Me and CBG were like 2.9, 2.99, 2.999, 2.99999.
It
like
was so
CeeLo's so good. He's
they're
so
both
good.
so just solid.
The resiliency, though.
Yeah.
The resiliency. She said I could have left that part out. That's all right. The resiliency, though, from CeeLo here. Onyx not knowing what he's going to have to do to put him away. Move after move. He went for the Claymore. Joe. We'll see. Hey, well, I'll see you on Sunday, Joe. I'll see you on Sunday. That's our ring announcer for Power Slam Pro Wrestling, Joe Cross in the chat. But yeah, Chris Onyx went for the Claymore. CeeLo ducked it and gave him the final testament and picked up the 1, 2, 3 to even the score. I believe they're back down in March. Is the next? I mean, yes. maybe it's February. No, I can't remember the next
February
match.
8th.
8th. Yeah, I believe it's February 8th. Headed for a Heartbreak will be the final of the Battle of 3 to see who is the better wrestler from Ohio. We can only see. Then I believe we had one more. We had Frat Daddy versus Anthony Rucker.
Yes.
All right. First off, I'm going to give a shout out to Anthony Rucker and the Hard Ruck Candy. All right. First of all, great marketing by the kid. They, at his merch table, he's got shirts and stuff, Tony, but he also sells homemade rock candy.
Yes.
It's top notch. It's really good.
The bag.
I don't. It's in the bedroom. I don't have the bag on me.
So I was thinking about this last night, Mike, when we were driving home.
Like, we'd have got pulled over.
It looks like meth, dude. Like
it does,
but so it's good.
Like
it's good.
Like in a little Ziploc baggie like this, and it's like red, but it's got like powdery substance all over.
Dude, Jen.
So like,
Jen like it for Christmas. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So we're sitting there, and I'm like, I look like I got that Walter White on me, bro.
Ooh, that blue. Yeah.
The names of the rock candy that he has made: Butterscotch Steiner, for the flavors, yes. Black Heart Blackberry, just all kind of Blue Thunder Bomb Blueberry, or Blueberry Thunder Bomb, or something like that. Right, they're all wrestling related names. Very, very good marketing, in my opinion, by the Ruckstar. So very good. Frat Daddy versus Anthony Rucker, though, was this match, man. Rucker, after coming off a Tyler Jack's win, able to, choke out his arch nemesis just on a fire run lately. Frat Daddy, the crafty veteran, coming in. Rucker puts on a killer match and ends up choking out Frat Daddy as well.
Yep.
So that's 2 big submission victories in a row for Rucker. I assume that some title shot is next in 4 minutes picture, or at least down the line close.
For sure. It was kind of awesome to see a lot of that. This match had a lot of like groundwork, a lot of, wrestling, like real like shoot style wrestling. It's pretty cool, man. Actually at one point Rucker locked in a sharpshooter, and his new gear gave him that Heart Foundation vibe. So like I was kind of impressed.
Yeah, he had black and pink gear on, Tony.
I think somebody called him the Fart Foundation at one time.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
It was a great match, man. Rucker able to pick up the win. This next match, we took intermission, right?
Yep, like
10-minute 10-minute intermission. We come back for our co-main event and then our main event. The tag team match for the co-main event was freaking awesome. We had the Golden Boys going against, defending their titles against Smash and Burn, the team of Ricky Price and Junie Underwood. boy, I know you know Tony. I know you know good old Butler boy can go. So I've never seen Ricky Price before. Also surprised the hell out of me. He looked great. Smash and burn, and Golden Boys tore the house down.
Yeah.
What did you say, Vince? It was just
it was I could only imagine.
It was fast paced. Yep. Go ahead, Tony.
No, I've seen Junior work. Obviously know about Golden Boys, but yeah, I can only imagine how fast paced, how good it is.
Yeah, it was insane. I love this match 100%. I love being able to referee this match. Golden Boys able to retain. Very close calls.
Very close calls. I do not remember who pulled this move off. There's one move I have to point out in this match. I know it was done on Jonesy. I can't remember if it was Ricky or Junie, but they did a bottom rope brainbuster.
Oh yeah, he picked Jonesy up and like suplex into the turnbuckle. It was Ricky. Right. It was nuts,
dude.
Yes,
I was just like, what? Like that was power. So that was cool to see. But yeah, Golden Boys got to retain, which was great.
Nice.
West Virginia loved Golden Boys.
They 100% love the Golden Boys. And they're over. Like, they had a couple minutes as we're waiting for the first participants, to get ready and everything backstage to get all of our stuff set. And like always, they invite the Golden Boys to the ring, and they're like, "Hey, come out and take some pictures with the Golden Boys." And almost every fan in attendance gets up and comes out there. So, Golden Boys are over. The Golden Boys are loved in Clarksburg. And then 100%. That's true. Well, that's true. But the last match of the night, like we all said, card was subject to change. It was supposed to be a number one contendership match between Violet Vance Desmond and Ashton Day. It was still that. But because of the, cancellations and we having more time, the match was stipulated to now be a 30-minute Iron Man match. And boy, let me tell you, this is my first Iron Man match getting a referee and being in a ring. I can't imagine wrestling for 30 minutes, let alone refereeing for 30 minutes. So, I was exhausted by the time it was done. And I can only imagine that Ashton and Vance were just as dead tired. But like Vince said earlier about the wrestling match, between excuse me, sorry. But, between between Frat Daddy and Rucker, like Ashton and Vance wrestled.
Yeah.
Like wrestled. They got in. This was a technical clinic, like Vince just said, man. I'm talking wrist locks to headlocks, into a submission, into a pinfall, into a close fall, into a close fall. Like these boys were going back and forth until Vance Desmond curb stomped Ashton Day.
Oh.
Picked up that first fall.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. About 5 minutes later, he knocked Ashton down again, went for a second curb stomp. Ashton able to move out of the way, schoolboy him up, and tie the game. 1-1. We hear the whole time, let me just preface this. The whole time, Vance has been working on Ashton's ribs. The whole time, working these abdominal stretches, punching, forearms to the back, just whole time working that midsection. Ashton gets Vance Desmond down. We hear the announce call from the back. 2 minutes remaining. Ashton slams Vance down, goes up top, flies off with an elbow drop. When he lands, he had kind of like RVD-esque. He had jumped so high that when he came down, he hurt himself. He hurt them ribs.
Right.
You hear that time coming down, and there was no countdown. There was nothing besides our 2-minute warning. Ashton crawls over for the pin. I go down, and I didn't even get one. As I go, time limit over. Ding, 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 ding. Bell rings, and the match was declared a draw. That will not fly.
No
We
winner.
will not send these people home this way. We need a number one contender. Papa comes out and he says we will have sudden death. Next pinfall wins. Vance went for a cheap shot and another curb stomp. Ashton was able to roll up, victory roll him, and get the W. Ashton Day will now be facing Theo Strong to try to regain his RSW Heavyweight Championship.
Literally gave him 5 minutes. They only needed 5 seconds.
Yeah,
right.
Vance went for something. Ashton took advantage and got that victory roll. 1, 2, 3. Ashton Day is your number one contender for the heavyweight championship. Shout out to RSW for having us. Shout out to Harrison County Parks and Rec. Everything was amazing. Food, hot dogs, everything. Concessions were good. Fans were good. They showed out. So shout out again. They will be back February 8th. They will be back, but this coming week, this Saturday, we will be back in Parma for Parmageddon 2. First of all, that makes me happy when it's Parmageddon 2. That's sweet. But we got lots of good matches at Parmageddon 2. We have heavyweight championship. I'm sorry, I don't believe Theo's. We're not a heavyweight championship. We have heavyweights. And then we have the King versus the God. And not only that, there's food in a match. There's a food match.
There's a food
match.
There's a food match.
Oh.
There's going to be a cheeseburger in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be a cheeseburger in the ring, ladies and gentlemen, and he's going to be going one-on-one with the first guest of 2025. Welcome in,
incredible
Colt
timing.
Johnson, ladies and
Incredible
gentlemen.
timing. Expect the unexpected. Colt Johnson, the Southern Center, one of the greatest champions of all time. You already know, has arrived on the season premiere of the Piledriver podcast, and I couldn't think of a better guest than me. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Fantastic, my friend.
What's up, Colt?
Big weekend coming up for you. Not only do you have a match against Cheeseburger, but the very next day you are in a no DQ, no count out match for the Ohio. Is it the Ohio Heritage title at Power Slam?
I believe it's the Ohio State Championship.
I've heard conflicting things.
Okay.
I've heard conflicting things.
And then also Dios named it the
Sovereign State Championship.
Yeah. I don't know. Don't worry about that. It's coming home with your boy, and it's getting renamed right back to the Ohio State Championship.
Scott in the chat saying Colt is getting his ass kicked by a cheeseburger. This
First of all, no, right? It's not gonna happen, right? It's not gonna happen.
I mean, Colt Johnson does have some experience going against legends or people that have been on WWE, AEW type programming before.
Even ECW.
Yeah.
Even ECW.
Yeah.
Big Tim Cross in the chat. What's up, my guy?
That's our guy.
What's up?
But yeah, Colt, going into a match this weekend against Cheeseburger, how are you feeling, buddy? Have you been doing some research, doing a little film watching?
Here's what I will say about matches like this. As y'all know, I've wrestled. Great graphic. Just wrestled like Shane Douglas, right? 4-time ECW world champion. He's a name, if you will. Cheeseburger, also a name, right? So you can do all the studying in the world. You can watch tape after tape after tape. But at the end of the day, when you get out there and you get in the ring, it's another match. You know what I mean? I have a winning percentage in my career. I know what I'm doing. And quite frankly, I think Cheeseburger is in for a rude awakening. Because boy, am I hungry. Not to steal a phrase from one of my past tag team partners.
Fair.
Hey. I mean, first of all, you can see this graphic. You see this badass coat. You used to wear coats like that.
I did. You're right about that.
For a hot minute there.
I don't know why. In hindsight, what a bad idea that was. But I was just at the time, I was just trying to do something to stand out. Now I don't need to because I'm just that guy now. You know what I mean?
And speaking of you being that guy, we saw last week on Turmoil the debut of a new faction that you seem to be the leader of. You had a trainee, you had the Southern Center in training, Vito Mozzarella, and then last week we see the return of the legendary El Nacho.
El Nacho.
Who turns out to be Norm, and you guys have now formed Bear City Vice.
Bear City Vice. First of all, great name for a faction, right? Can we talk about that for a second? Great name for a group.
I don't get it.
It's apparently they don't have very many cases to solve up in Bear City, Vermont, so they have sent their
so they had to come back here. They had to come here and solve the atrocities in Mega Championship Wrestling. You know what I mean? Like Brazzi Suave having the Brass Knuckles Championship that Vito is going to take back for the boys. You know what I mean? Things like that.
That match will be going down. That is the main event of your pre-show on New Phone Who This, January 25th. Brazzi Suave defending his Brass Knuckles Championship against the Southern Center in training, Vito Mozzarella.
I've been training with Vito. Let me tell you about this. Ever since Vito started training about a year ago now, right? Something about him just intrigued me. I don't know what it is, but there was something about him. I could tell he was different from all the other trainees that had started at the time. So I decided it would be a good idea to take him under my wing and turn him into the Southern Center in training. And after he beats Brazzi Suave for that Brass Knuckles Championship, he won't be in training anymore. He will be a Southern Center.
Okay. That's a good plan. I mean, good to have some backup when you need any,
That's a very accurate statement. See, it's rough around here. There's a lot of people with a lot of friends, and I haven't made a lot of friends up until 2025 and later 2024. But now we're locked in with Bear City Vice.
Bear City Vice, and Vito, we have heard, has went above and beyond to thank you for the training that you have given him, and he's went as far as to put your name into the pot when Brandon asked you, or when an open challenge, I believe, was he's accepted for you. So on January 25th, while Vito's going after that Brass Knuckles Championship, you have yourself a match against Ray Bruce, Shogun. Who else is in it?
Yeah, somebody else.
Tessin Gates, the man who draws for a living or something.
That's very good draw.
He's an assassin.
He's got some pretty good draws.
Yeah.
You should probably watch out.
Boy, I hope he doesn't give me a paper.
I can't wait to see the picture he draws of you.
Ooh.
It's going to be perfectly accurate. It's going to be super jacked. You know what I mean? It's going to have the Infinity title around my waist already because guys like me calls it a foregone conclusion. You know why? Okay, let's talk about this for a second. All these dudes are like 6'2" and above.
I was literally just thinking that.
So here's the thing, though.
Like, they're all huge.
You've all heard the saying, brains over brawn. And who is a smarter wrestler than Colt Johnson? Find me anybody. I dare you. You can look up and down, left and right. You ain't going to find one.
No. I mean, again, there's a lot of meat in this ring. Tetson, 6'2". Ray Bruce, I seen this promo this kid cut, and he's in the gym, and he looks like 3 of you.
Let me talk about Ray Bruce for a second. Right? When this match got announced, when Ray Bruce answered the open challenge along with me against my will and Tesson, right? I had nothing against Ray Bruce. I didn't know who he was prior to me doing a little research and that little video he put on the Mega Championship Wrestling Facebook page. And now, after that video, I have a problem with him, and let me explain to you why.
Oh.
It's got nothing to do with anything he said, because I've heard it all before, right? The fact that he had the audacity to record a video in a public gym pisses me off to no end.
Oh, okay.
If you record a video in a public gym, you're a piece of garbage.
I mean, it
Gang,
seemed
gang,
pretty
bro.
empty.
We're
I
outta
don't think
here.
it was causing a
I mean,
problem.
Was it like, what's your problem with that? I want to.
You just can't.
It
It's like,
seemed okay.
Do you have a problem with
seems
guys like
okay.
videotaping their sets and stuff?
Yes!
Like,
if
I
it's
mean,
if it's your own,
see where Colt's coming from.
if it's your own private gym, that's perfectly fine, right? Even pictures, I'm okay with. But if you're taking a video and talking, okay, listen, guy like me,
Oh,
Fitness.
yeah, and I'm Planet Fitness, right?
Well, somebody else is like,
While somebody else is trying to get their pump in, because I put myself in the shoes of somebody who would be in that gym at the same time, right? And
Fully.
guy like me, they're right here. I have noise canceling headphones for people like that who decide to talk, because I, unfortunately, every now and again have to go lift at a public rec center where everybody's average age is like 65, and they don't lift. They sit there on these machines I'm trying to use, and they sit there and they talk to their friends, because that's the only social interaction they get at any point in time. So I had to purchase noise canceling headphones, because everybody and their brother likes to talk in the gym, and it upsets me because I just want to get my lift in.
fair.
I'm very passionate.
Yeah,
I can
fair.
tell. We can all
Fair.
tell.
Fair. Cole Johnson needs his gains.
Yes. Yeah.
Those things
You
are
know,
No
man.
joke. No joke.
you know, other distracted people.
This
Cracking the
Saturday, Cheeseburger. This
Colts all fired
Sunday,
up.
Dio Salvador. Next Saturday, Tesson Gates, Ray Bruce, and Shogun Jackson Stone.
You
Good
missed
luck
one.
to you, my friend.
You missed
What
one.
did I
Yeah,
miss?
cheeseburger.
Friday, the day
Oh.
before Shogun and Tesson and Ray Bruce, I have EFW
Oh, I
against
forgot.
Dio Salvador.
That's right. You
So-
are at EFW against Dio Salvador.
So over the next 2
Plus
weeks,
turmoil.
I have two turmoils. I have Dio Salvador twice. I have, dear
The
God,
triple
Ray
triple
Bruce,
weight
Shogun,
and
and
Tesson.
Tesson. I have Cheeseburger, and all encompassing in that, I have 2 championship matches. And how about this? I'll cut you a deal, because all of my appearances on your show do really well, right? If I win
We're getting
both,
that Johnson rub.
when I win both the Ohio State and the Infinity Championship, and I have both championships on my shoulder once again, 2-belt Colt Johnson is peak Colt Johnson. It's fixed to happen here again. I shall return. How about that?
Calling it. He's calling
We
it
are
right now.
here for it. We are here for it, my
I
friend.
shall return.
I wish you nothing but luck. We will see you at all of these events this weekend and the coming weeks.
Very busy month.
Very busy month. So good luck to you. Make sure you eat that protein, and maybe I'll see
brother,
you.
you don't even know. You don't even know.
We will see you Tuesday night at training, buddy.
Yes.
Have a good night.
You
Thank
too.
you, Cole.
Nice,
See
sir.
y'all.
Thanks, Bubba. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Colt Johnson,
The Southern
you-
Center himself.
the Southern
Southern
Center,
Center.
one of the greatest brass knuckle champions in Mega history. Just big weekend for him this weekend, man. It's gonna be crazy. Like I said, this
Big
whole
two
event,
weekend.
RSW, and we have the slide here. There's obviously Cheeseburger versus Cole Johnson that we were talking about before. Second here, I'm doing too many things at once. This match, we have our RSW Women's Championship on the line. I believe Slammin' Sammy will be making her RSW debut against the newly crowned Women's Champion,
Yes.
Lexis Sin. Matt Connor. Hey, so Vince, I feel like with Matt Connor, I get the Jason Kincaid.
Okay. Okay.
It's been like 3 or 4 for me with him, and I've never seen it.
I don't
So
know either of these guys.
I've seen Lane Callie a couple times. He's pretty solid.
Tony. Oh yeah, Tony knows. Yeah, so he didn't come last night.
Jason Kincaid did not show up last night.
4.
Vince is 4 for 4.
Little rascal.
We have us a fire ass 4-way. Tyler Rosfeld versus Frat Daddy versus Colton Quinn versus Anthony Rucker.
I don't think I know about that Tyler Rosfeld guy.
I've seen Tyler once or twice, and he's pretty good. I don't know, again, I don't think this has any stipulation going towards it.
Yeah, I don't
it's
think
just one of the fire ass 4-way.
I think it's just a fire ass 4-way. I know that we have Matthew Taylor versus Christian Noir. Look, buddy, I said Hard Rock Candy. That's what I said. I said that. Frat Daddy will not be able to make it. Who was going to be replacing Frat Daddy then? I heard this match isn't a match either. I heard it's a 4-way.
The Logan Taylor and JD Smooth?
Yeah. Tyler is trained by Chance Prophet.
Okay.
Tyler Rosfeld. So, and then this match right here. This match right here. We're talking about wrestling freaking clinics. This one is going to be the one that just Uncle Wilbur stepping into the ring against Violent Vance Desmond.
I'm excited for this one.
It'll be fun to watch.
I'm also pretty excited about this one. I've never seen The Wicked.
Same.
Oh, Smooth and Logan.
Thunder
Okay.
Spud Roadshow. Okay.
So Smooth, JD Smooth is going one-on-one with Logan Taylor. Okay.
Oh, he is? Okay. That's actually going to be probably a really good match. He's very good, guys.
This tag team match, The Wicked, I think I've seen on a promotional picture, like as they were coming. And then I don't think it was RSW. I think it was another promotion we went to. Maybe it was OCW back in the day, but they didn't show up. So I've never seen them in person. His mask looks cool. Like he looks like a treat. But Thunder Spud Roadshow. Okay. Let's get familiar. Because if you're not familiar, I'm pretty sure you are. You've seen Jake Ely. I know you have. This dude, you've seen Jake Ely at Neo Pro multiple times.
Okay.
Tommy will not be able to make it. So Tommy Hamilton will not be able to make it. Is Jake still coming? Damn it, Tim.
We were just going to learn Tony, too.
That's okay. We're still going to learn Tony. Jake Ely. That is the Thunderbird Jake Ely. We've seen him at Neo Pro. He wears the green. He wears the top hat. I know he's been there before. I don't think Tommy Hamilton's been there since we have been at Neo Pro. He's only been at Neo Pro once, I believe, him and Gino. I'm not 100% sure. But Jake will be there, Tim said. So Jake will have a replacement. And then, obviously, the main event of the show, the Mega God, Chris Onyx, going one-on-one with King Barasa.
I mean, I'm going to be a guy. I'm going to be a dude. You can't beat a god even if you're a king. So we're just, if we want to look at it as, outsiders looking in, God's always going to win, but it's still going to be a good match.
So after the last match, if you don't know, I do know that I remember Tommy Piledriver Rucker. I remember Tim in the chat. Tommy, that was the one on the table spot. Vince, remember?
Yep.
Yeah. So that was.
I'll never forget that. I thought Rucker was dead. Saw this man get pile driven through the table right in front of my eyes. They took our table.
Right.
Me and Tommy were just sitting there having a nice little chat and just took it. Then poor old Rucker went right through.
It was a pretty rough table spot. We had to check on Rucker after that one. Tommy said that was very rude of them.
It was very rude, Tommy. Thank you.
So our next guests have arrived, and I say guests.
Because there's not one.
We talked about him earlier in the show. Jake will be entering the Fatal 4-Way and to replace a frat daddy. Perfect.
Oh,
that's
makes sense.
perfect.
Yep.
Coming to you because they are well traveled. They are driving around. They're probably on their way to a show right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome RJ Jonesy and Jimmy James, the Golden Boys.
What up, boys? What's up, boys?
Gang, gang.
What's going on, fellas? How are you feeling after last night's title defense?
We're rough, but we're golden. Sore, but golden.
Hey.
Jonesy, you got dumped on your head, man.
I don't remember that part.
I don't blame you.
I mean, I seen it. I was there. We will not be seeing the Golden Boys, unfortunately, this weekend at RSW. They have prior engagements. I believe they will be.
Don't say never.
Action.
Like, yeah, we're not announced, but we're still the tag team champions. You never know.
That's true. They could show up at any time. Oh, jeez. Gen Z in the chat said he was actually enjoying the podcast for once. Not anymore. Well, I'm sorry. It's your boys though, the Piledriver. Golden Boys. Tim Cross says to look at your messenger.
They're driving.
They're driving all right.
They can't both be driving. But anyways, tell us. We won't keep you guys long. Go ahead.
Huh?
What you got, Jimmy?
Wait, what was the question? I can't hear you. I'm trying not to kill us.
That's what we're saying. Don't kill it. Don't.
We don't want to see you die.
Hey, Mike. If I kill Jonesy, would you sub in as my new tag partner?
A little messed up. I'd say so myself.
I mean, that is messed up, but I mean, I got you back, brother.
You got my back.
Wow.
I can do some of Jonesy's moves.
I mean, what about Jonesy?
I'd
love to see you pull out a moonsault.
I would pay good money, Mike, to see
That's
you pull out a
probably
moonsault.
that's probably the only one I couldn't do is that standing moonsault.
Yeah, you got to do it off the top.
What you gonna do off the top? You hear that, Mike?
I could probably do it off the top. I could do a backflip on a trampoline.
Hey,
Yeah,
are we taking bets? Do we think Mike can do it without killing him?
I'd take that bet.
You can.
I think you're getting locked into something here.
Yeah, I bet I could do it all off the top, bro.
So are we talking about money here? Because let me get in on this.
Yeah. So tell us what's next for the Golden Boys. I know you guys have some action this weekend at Real Action Pro Wrestling. What's going on there? Who are you guys rocking with this weekend?
Well, Jimmy, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Okay. So, how familiar are you guys with Kip Page? You guys know who Kip Page is? Everybody should know, right?
I do.
Super
know
talented,
Page.
right?
He is the current
super
internet
talented
champion,
guy.
I believe.
Yeah. So, Jimmy's gonna have 4 belts after this weekend because I'm gonna go ahead and beat Kip Page. I love him to death, but you got to do what you got to do. I'm gonna go ahead and beat Kip Page, and I'm gonna bring home the internet championship.
Okay.
All right. Oh yeah.
So
I hope you do
my
that.
end,
I want to see 4 belt Jimmy.
4 belt Jimmy is a little ambitious from him.
Whoa!
But-
Why you gotta come at me?
But
It's because I said I replaced you.
yeah. But RJ Jones, his good friend Levi Masterson called upon him to deal with tag team of Joe Zook and Mr. Crowley, and they're kind of creepy, but I'm sure I can handle them, being junior heavyweight champion and all.
I've seen Mr. Crowley a few times, and the last time we saw him in Power Slam Pro Wrestling, my man pulled out a baton. So I'm just saying, he's safe.
Yeah.
So
He
that's a
also
little
took
worrying,
like
'cause I
3
didn't know that.
cans to the head and barely fell to the ground.
And I mean, you better watch out as well, Jimmy. He might have a gun.
Oh God.
Guns?
Might
I
have.
don't do guns, man.
Hey, gotta stay strapped out there.
Gotta stay strapped. Gotta stay protected in these streets.
That's all right. Hey, this weekend Norm's got something coming to him. Okay.
Oh,
Norm's got something
snap.
coming to him. He thinks he's gonna pull out guns on Jimmy James.
Norm told me he got a surprise.
He's got a surprise for me.
Yeah. So
Oh, man.
Oh man.
You better have some extra security.
As we said earlier, we had talked. The boys from the Vice are making their way around the pro wrestling world as Vito and Norm kind of got something going on at Power Slam. And I know that we will see, at least Jimmy is scheduled in a match this weekend at Power Slam Pro Wrestling. I don't think I saw Jonesy there. So
Good.
We can only see what's going to happen.
I love you, Jonesy.
But
Take that.
you got to watch
Thank you.
out,
At least somebody
Jimmy,
does.
because you already know Norm's coming strapped. He's got 2 or 3 of them finger guns, buddy.
Like, why does anybody let him have guns? Like, why is this acceptable?
No,
Like,
let's
everybody
go.
knows they're real guns.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
I'm the only one that
The
takes them serious.
I wouldn't trust it.
No.
Thank you.
But yeah, so
You don't know what that guy's gonna do.
Like I said earlier in the show, Golden Boys killed it this weekend in Clarksburg, retaining their titles against Smash and Burn.
Absolutely.
We will see them next. I don't know who their next opponents will be for those tag team titles, but we definitely know that they will defend them against whoever.
It does not matter to us, Mike. It could be the Feisty Boys, which I got to give them credit for that name because grade A pull right there, okay? It could be the Feisty Boys. It could be Misery Inc. It could be anybody. We have to be Misery Inc. twice.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, it could be anybody.
unappreciated.
We are not afraid of
You got my 2 dads. The tag team division at RSW is pretty heavily stacked, so there's definitely
It's
people
stacked,
looking
brother.
to take your title.
Yes, but nobody is as gold as we are. That's why we have the gold.
That makes sense. You know what, Jonesy? That was very
I know.
smart.
I come up with some smart things sometimes. Not as always, you don't come up with any smart things, but-
look,
You
fair.
see?
As we speak, I get a text message from the boss. Come to find out that the Golden Boys will be defending their tag team titles on February 8th at Headed for a Heartbreak versus Misery Inc.
Ooh.
There you go.
Oh, crazy pull.
Oh.
Well, you know what? Hey, tell them boys to bring it, okay? And we don't want them to pretend bring it. We want them to bring it. We want them to bring everything they have. They can keep on bringing it because it does not matter what they bring. We stay golden.
I
Okay.
agree with you,
Yep.
but what if they bring that big behemoth of a man that you've seen walking around with Misery Inc. lately?
Yeah, no, that might suck a bit. But
I mean, Jimmy told me like in the back, like all the time, like he's like, if that guy came up to me, I got him. Don't worry.
Oh,
So-
fair.
And
I
Oh.
told you that in confidence.
Jimmy,
you know,
dude, Jimmy has been looking jacked.
Troy and B
so-
combined weigh like maybe 100 pounds soaking wet, so I'll take care of them while he gets the behemoth.
Why I gotta get him? You said
You
you
got
would.
it, Jimmy.
I told you that in
You
confidence.
just throw Jonesy at him.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's a
You can
brilliant
pick-
idea.
Yeah, kind of like lawn darting.
Yeah.
Can I learn dart you at his like crotch?
I'm
Oh.
Like Hogan did Nash in '97.
Yeah, that.
Off the top
Yeah,
rope.
that. Can I do that?
we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Talk about it.
All
Can I
right.
throw
We
you
got an
off
answer.
of something onto the big guy?
I think you're getting ahead of yourself.
Hey, what's the big guy's name?
We don't
We're
know.
not sure. Vince tried to get his name after the match, and he laughed in Vince's face and walked away. So we have
Vince, why did he treat you that way, man?
I don't know.
that's Stabby Vince. He don't know Vince. That's the Prince of Stabbington.
Watch out. Stabby.
All right. Well, we won't keep you boys. We know you're on the road. Be safe out there, and we will see you guys this weekend. Thank you
Yes,
so much
sir.
for
Thank you.
coming and hanging out with us for a little bit. We appreciate you.
Thank
talking to
you.
you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Talk to you guys
Mike,
later.
get on that moonsault, brother.
I'm working on it on Tuesday.
Take a video.
All right, y'all. Have a good night. Ladies and gentlemen, that was your RSW champions, tag team champions, the Golden Boys. Like Jonesy said, you never know if they could pop up this weekend at RSW. They do have other commitments, but you never know what could happen. I'm getting messages now from people that want me to do a moonsault. So
You're not gonna moonsault, Mike.
maybe.
You got a
It's
bunch
tough,
of
it's
moonsault.
scary. I mean, we'll
Oh,
put
no.
crash pads down. It's whatever. It's the
That'll be
knees
fine.
that scare me that I
We'll put
can't
'em all
jump
up.
through. Like, I can't jump on the top rope 3 times before I bounce. You know what I'm saying? I kind of just got to go.
Listen. Take a page from our good friend Tesson Gates. who has missed a moonsault almost every time he's launched one. But until
Last
recently,
week was the first time.
on the last turmoil, he did hit one. So congratulations, Tessin Gates. You deserve it.
Yes, he did. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we got for this first episode, this premiere episode. Make sure you stick with us. Follow us on the YouTube. Subscribe. Follow us on X if you're not following the Piledriver podcast. Shoot us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all the things. We appreciate all the love and support, and it's only growing everything bigger. What's past my age limit? Hold on. Shut up.
The moonsault, maybe?
Oh.
I don't know.
I got one thing, Mike.
What you got, Vinny Mac?
My first flowers of the year. Thank you very much, Tim Cross of RSW, for having us down, letting us stay at your house, and giving me and Mike the opportunity to help you guys as much as we were able to. Thank you, Tim.
He's probably right.
Okay, yeah, Genzi's probably right.
He's probably right. I mean, look, I might try it anyway. So
try it.
But so yeah, Vince, flowers going out to Tim Cross. I'm gonna give flowers too this week. I'm gonna give my flowers to Stabby Vince over there. Vince came in knowing that he was gonna do commentary. Not only did he do commentary, he also, when they needed a ring announcer, was like, "Yeah, I got that too." Grabbed the microphone and absolutely crushed it. Put the microphone down, turned on his lapel mic, and then crushed commentary.
That's legit. Awesome.
Kudos to Vince. Like I said, we have RSW Parmageddon 2 coming up this weekend. Power Slam Brawl at the mall. If you're going to AIW on Friday night, you'll see Vince. He'll be hanging out. Say what's up to Stabby Vince.
Microman versus Swoggle.
I'll say Microman versus Hornswoggle. It's two many guys in the ring. That's going to be a banger. But it should be good. But then coming up after that, you got EFW on the 24th. You got Mega Championship Wrestling on the 25th with just stacked matches like Killer Chris Cole versus Derek Dillinger. We'll get more into that event as in the next coming couple weeks. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for tonight. Thank you, everybody in the comment section, for tuning in and chatting with us. Thank you, Tommy. Cheeseburger is holding a seminar. Tommy, what's the details? Tommy will probably type it in faster before I can look it up. Cheeseburger's holding a seminar. I believe it's Friday night. So, yeah, I believe you won't be able to make it. Tony, you can probably come if you guys got stuff going on. We can probably rock it together if you want. I'm down. But yeah, Cheeseburger's got a seminar on Friday night, I believe. It could be Friday night. It might be before the show. I'll double check. We'll repost it I'll repost the info on the page. But yeah, Cheeseburger has a seminar. RSW, Power Slam Pro Wrestling on Sunday. Next week after that, you got Mega Championship Wrestling and EFW. And yes, Tommy's saying it's set Saturday at 4. So it'll be before the show Saturday. So that's cool. Good on them. If you can get down, if you're a trained wrestler or in training, come on down, get a hold of Tim Cross at RSW and see about signing up for that Cheeseburger seminar. But thank you, everybody, for joining in. Like I said, we appreciate you all. We can't wait to see you next week. Tony, hope you feel better, and we will see everybody either this weekend or next Sunday right here at 8 p.m. Good night, y'all.